Hello everyone, I'm Zammit and welcome back to another Filmmaker Reacts. Today we are looking at the Diablo 4 Inarius army versus the Lilith army battle scene cinematic. Personally, I still don't know too much about the lore. Everything I have read is come from you guys in the comment section, and thank you so much for that. It's been brilliant. I've actually really enjoyed reading all your comments and finding out more about the lore and a bit about Lilith's backstory and a bit about Inarius' backstory and the whole world. It's been really great. So for me now, these characters have a bit more weight to them. Let's get on with it, shall we? Play the tape. So, lava that I recognise so well. Oh, that don't get any easier to watch though. Wow, it's still brilliant the second time watching it. Oh, stunning. I still can't get over. Look at that view, just oh, it's beautiful. Oh, here he comes. Wow. It still amazes me. It looks like an actual painting, that part. And there he is. Now I know, the angel. Look at that reveal with the lights. Oh, here we go.
May we fight true in His holy name.
God, they're like ants. I remember saying that the first time, but it's just amazing.
Blessed be the light.
That music. The fact that she's standing there or on her knees. Love that. Oh, there she is. He's off, mate. He's going to get her. I love the way they all are. Ah, it's so bright. It's so imposing. Oh, here we go. We'll find out what happened to it. Whoa! I didn't expect it to be that gory. Oh mate, he's an animal. That was wicked. Where's she off to? Oh right, okay. Oh, I like this calm bit after that massive action section. Wow.
Do you remember them, Inarius? The whispers of the damned.
Words will not save you. Show yourself.
His voice is amazing.
The soldier returns, and with such purpose. No longer the conflicted soul I left behind.
You deceived me.
Oh, I'm glad we get to see this going on as well.
Why, Inarius? What are you truly after?
My rightful place is in the heavens.
Is that Why you seek to destroy all that we created.
Interesting, he's walking backwards. Oh, that's what. Oh.
And our son.
I made it right. To satisfy the heavens.
Does that mean he killed? I guess he killed him.
Tell me, did they rejoice? No. They do not want you.
Does he have a face? Wow. And the boy to his knees.
In his glory.
Oh my god.
See now the work of your faith!
It is done. It all ends with you.
Oh, it made me jump.
We made a choice. And that they can never forget.
Oh, she's dead, is she?
No matter what you tell yourself, or who you sacrifice.
Man, it looks so realistic.
Silence is their judgment.
But I set things right. What more would you have me do? Tell me. Please. Tell me.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
The heavens do not speak to you anymore.
Whoa, look at that.
Protect me!
No, you belong
She's gonna rip them off.
in hell.
Oh my goodness. Oh dear, how are they going to react to that news? Oh no, they've lost morale. That's it.
No!
Oh dear. It's like a painting. That was brilliant. That was really, really good. That was worth the wait. Finding out what happened, just the battle scene. I feel proper pumped after watching that. I feel really motivated, you know, like just as a filmmaker and a cinematographer, just to play something. I don't know. That was really, really good. Wow. So the question is, did the story work? Absolutely, it did. It was a really powerful story, actually, with lots of different beats going on within it. There was 3 main characters from what I got from it. Our introductory character, you know, Inarius, and then you had Lilith having their own battle. And then it became 2 battles. There was the inside battle with Lilith and Inarius, and then it was the outside battle with our priestess and that conflict going on. So it was like 2 stories running side by side, and yeah, it was fantastic. So let's look at the techniques that the storytellers used in this and find out why the story worked so well. So to start the film off, we have a character, the priestess, who we are welcomed into this world, and we see it through her eyes. She introduces us into this world, you know. She comes in on the hot lava, burns her feet. Again, the feet reveal, sort of shows you what trailer this is or what sort of film this is. It gives us the gore, should we say, and she doesn't even flinch, just walks straight in. It just shows you her resolve and how strong she is. She then reveals, we see it through her eyes, and through her eyes we see the battlefield, which is, well, I'm guessing it's hell is where we're at, but it's through her eyes that we see where we are. Then there is the Inarius character. Then he is introduced, and they introduce him like they normally do, well, what you should do with character reveals or anything like that, and that is the shots of 3. Instead of having body parts which you would normally see on a character, what they did for him is they showed the knights and the light on them. The light got stronger and stronger and stronger, and then suddenly you get the big reveal of Inarius, and there he is. But you tend to do character reveals in shots of 3. So even if you are new to this, or a cold caller or to this franchise, or just watching this randomly, you know by the visual language, so the visual narrative, that Inarius is a strong, powerful character. The way they shoot up at him, it really shows you his power level. He is strong, he is mighty, and then they show it again even more when he comes crashing down. Rather than sticking with Inarius as a character, they go back to the priestess, and it starts her reaction to the charging in demons, and she's like, right, this is what's going to happen, da, 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 da. You see it again through her eyes. She led us into this world, she brought us here, so it makes sense that we continue with her. We're not ready to swap characters yet to go with Inarius. We've revealed that he's there, but we need more of a scene build of what's going on. What I found really interesting is how they display the amount, the numbers of the demons. Rather than having just a forward facing shot of the threat coming at you, so just right in front of you, what they did is they had an overhead shot. But rather than just going over showing you all the numbers, because they look like ants and it just emphasized how many there were, but they very cleverly make the camera almost pivot a little bit. As it comes over it almost pulls up and back, and it makes you feel almost a bit nauseous when you're looking at it. It makes you feel uneasy, and that's how they want you to feel. That's what the filmmakers have done, and I love it when they do that. They use the camera's body language to make you feel, visual narrative to make you feel something. Just before the demons collide, the light gets brighter and brighter with every shot. The music, it's actually a riser, actually is what it does. So it rises, it goes, it's almost reaching its climax. As I said, with the brightness, the light is getting lighter, and then they had that dolly shot or a tracking shot very fast into the priestess, and that's to imitate what the demons coming towards her. Yes, amazing, really. The lights, the sound, everything coming to a massive crescendo to make you feel like, oh my god, it's about to hit off. The demons sort of rush in like animals. There's no structure to it, there's no strategy. They're just coming in like all teeth gnarling, and then you immediately get they almost get punished for it. You see the gore, they're being destroyed almost instantly. And then you flip it to a bit of a juxtaposition to the soldiers, the knights, and they're like a machine. They're structured, they're disciplined, they're trained, and they're like it's like watching a dance. The way the overhead shot, moving the spears in, like, oh, I loved it. It was really fascinating to see the rawness of the demons, and then the smoothness, the machine-like of the soldiers. The gore factor was there, the way the blood was spilled, it was just absolutely brilliant. You know, they didn't tone it down. This is I think it's an 18-year-old game, or an age certificate, and it reflects that. That's what I like. You stick with what it is. If it's a sick world, show blood, show gore, make me wince, make me go, oh god, that's what I want when I watch stories. Love it. So with all that battle going on down below, we then have Inarius, his character, looking again. He's now spotted Lilith. I'm coming for you. Basic of one champion sees another champion, and he comes straight in. It's just showing the power of him. And it actually sets it up quite nicely to show his power level. The way he comes in, he doesn't crash land. He gets lower to the ground and the floor crumbles underneath him. It's emphasizing visually how powerful this angel is, and all the demons are reacting to him. Oh, he's so bright. Oh. And then it's a case of, but they're not attacking yet. By giving that pause, it allows you to build up the spear throw. He's looking, he sees her, he throws the spear, and if they just attacked him straight away, you wouldn't have that amazing build up. And I love it. It's like a dance, these battle scenes. You have to have moments in there that help it flow, and that was one of them. That was our first beat. He lands, shows his power level, the demons are not attacking because one, he's power level, but two, obviously he's quite bright, but it allows us ultimately to build up the spear throw. Brilliant. So the spear is flying through the air. It crashed into a massive demon. What's really nice about that is it also introduced us to the next opponent that's going to go against our champion, the next tier up. It's all about show and tell, and he's next on the list. Then it's a display of Inarius' power and how he attacks. You know, he's spinning around, he's destroying enemies, he's poking eyes out and ripping horns out. They're not afraid to show you that he will split you into pieces. And you know, considering he's an angel, I found that really fascinating because again, I'm looking at it from not a lore perspective, just as an angel. I imagine him killing, but not in such a grim and gruesome way. He's not afraid to literally tear you apart, and I love that about that character. He's just an absolute animal. We've had different story beats, and this is almost like another mini fight. This is Inarius versus this bigger demon. They fight, it comes again to a crescendo, spear through the head, it ends. The moment he hits the floor, the music cuts out, or you have that instrument, that tone, that I absolutely love the way they keep showing how powerful Inarius is. After he beats that creature, he just steps off it. He doesn't jump off it, showing that it was a challenge. He steps off it. And then just to prove a point, just to prove how powerful he is visually, they then cut to him. He like pulls, and then he pulls his spear. So he moves the spear, definitely killing the creature, and then just sort of pulls it out very gradually. Love it. That is how you show how powerful this character is. Once we've had this mini game or this mini scene between Inarius and this demon, we then hear the roar, and it all serves as two things really. It gives us a way to get away from this scene or this little setup to a different part of the battlefield, but it also shows you the demons sort of like roaring in like no at what's just happened, but ultimately it's just there to lead us away from this scene to the next one. And that's why when the demon's head moves down, that's when we've got our Lilith character. Her reveal is there, and then she leads us through I think it was a door, leads us through the door. Inarius follows, and it's a nice way of having that nice flow rather than the big jump. As I mentioned about sort of different battles going on within one big battle, is you can tell this is almost like a start of a new scene, a start of a new battle between these two characters. One, the music changes. It changes tempo. We've got the battle, it's being left outside, left out in the back there. This one, the way you can tell it is because the way he comes down, his wings come down and he starts feeling. That told me visually, this has now become about feelings, and it's almost a little bit of psychology, or subtext at least. His not tentacles, but his wings come down looking like tentacles, and they're feeling. And just to visually back this up, the way he lands, it's different. It's softer. It's not like before he come crashing down, or he came down and the ground shattered beneath him. This is softer. This is a different character to who is out there. And again, this is a moment between two characters and a moment between them. After they've had their exchange of dialogue and they sort of don't see each other, you know, she's in the shadows asking him questions. He's revealing how angry he is, and you know that she lied to him. They did the classic of, you know, they hit the wall, or they hit something, or something smashes, and basically they use that then to be able to cut away back to the scene outside. And storytellers and filmmakers do that because it's just a nice flow. He's hit something, he's broken something, and then it's a nice cutaway to a different part of the scene. What I found really interesting is you have the battle inside with Inarius and Lilith, and then you have the outside battle with the priestess and the demons, things like that. And the way it works out at the moment, it's a bit like a draw. You've got Lilith and Inarius discussing, sort of asking questions blow for blow, and then you switch to outside and both sides are dying. The outside battle reflects the inside battle. The moment I heard Lilith asking that question, what are you truly after? The filmmaker brain part of my head at the back said, he's going to lose this fight. A character that wants something for themselves, it doesn't benefit anyone else, it's just purely for them. They always end up becoming the villain because they're not afraid to kill someone. They're not afraid to hurt someone or trample on people to get it. And as I said, they eventually become the villain, or they are the villain. And when he said, I want to go back to my rightful place, that was it. For me, I was like, well, he's the villain. Lilith then cuts the top of the weapon off. Love that part. That, to me personally, that was basically her saying, stop about Inarius. Boom. Let's talk about something serious. After that badass Lilith moment, they then obviously discuss the fate of their son, and it is also revealed what Inarius' character has done to get what he wants. And as I said earlier, a character that goes over anyone and kills things and destroys things to get what they want, that greed, they always lose. And then obviously it's revealed that, I didn't know this, I'm guessing most of the fans did, but as I said, I didn't know this, is the death of his son. It sounds like he killed his son to get what he wants, and well, he doesn't, does he? Lilith starts to give the truth bombs to Inarius. He absolutely hates it as a character. You find this when you have these sort of scenes with characters. One character then reveals to normally the villain why something's not working. They then snap, or they get filled with red rage, and then they lash out in anger. In this case, he lashes out, he then obviously pierces her, and then that leads us straight nicely into the outside scene. Again, inside battle, Inarius is winning. It then cuts to the battle scene outside, which then starts to reflect the internal battle of Inarius and Lilith, and the demons start to lose against the knights. Because Lilith has been made this built up character, she's been in multiple cinematics, we see the birth of her. She is one badass. For everything that I've seen, she's absolutely wicked. Rather than showing her weak or in pain and things like, yeah, she's bleeding and things like that, you never hear her scream out. They don't want to tarnish the character and the build up that she's had. And so rather than her screaming, they get the demon outside to scream in pain, because that's absolutely fine. But you never ever see her scream out in pain, and I love that. I love it when they do that with characters. They've got such powerful presence. You can't see them die, or you can't see them in pain. Then you have that beautiful cinematography from the lava. It comes up, doesn't it, and it backlights all the subjects, and they just look wicked. And how the demon comes falling down to his knees. Oh, it's chef's kiss. That moment is absolutely beautiful. The filmmaker part of me in the back of my mind was saying this is too soon to show the angels winning. From that moment on, I kind of thought in my head, I was like, well, that's the second strike. The first strike is Inarius saying what he wants, and then the next one is the priestess's team, faction, winning. It's too soon. It's just way too soon. You have to do this with your hero characters, or the person that is going to win. You bring them to their knees. They have to look like they're going to lose. And then it flips. The story beat changes. What happens after the story beat changes is then the hero or the victor starts to do something, and then the shift happens, and then they start winning. By having this moment outside, it also keeps us updated about our other character, the priestess, our character that introduced us to the world. They're following up with her character. She wasn't there and then left at the curbside, sidewalk, as you guys say in the States. We have to know how her story plays out as well as obviously Lilith and Inarius. Oh, bloody light's gone off now. Inarius then gets his character's answers revealed. He's not going back to heaven, and that is it. The character is broken mentally and then obviously physically after Lilith kills him. But before that happens, they show you that he's lost. As I said, he's broken. The shot where he's walking around, he's asking questions. Why? The camera, they visually tell you that he's now defeated. The camera points down at him. At the beginning of the film, the camera was always pointing up at him. This guy is powerful. Now it's complete opposite end of the spectrum. It's looking down at him. The moment the camera looks down at him, he looks small, he looks inferior. He's begging. There's something about an angel, there's something about that. An angel losing their wings, it's just so powerful visually and story-wise. It's beautiful, but at the same time it's haunting. I love it. The inside battle has been concluded. Now the outside must reflect the same. To really emphasize what's going on, she looks around and then she sees her knights being overrun by the demons, and then ultimately it happens to her, and then she gets pulled under, and I thought that was really, really powerful, obviously, to then cut to black. We've now returned to the inside battle where we know who the victor is, Lilith, and she's looking at Inarius' armor melting, and then she gets the return of the power struggle. The camera points up at her, giving her the status that she deserves. She is an almighty being, she's powerful. The camera looks up. When she was having conversations with Inarius, because they're on equal power levels, the camera was never up at one of them and it was never down at them. It was always equal until he started to lose his morale and he started to break as a character. Then the camera shot down at him. But now she's the victor, the camera points up, she's now returned to status, and then she leaves the shot. And then that leads us to our final shot with Inarius. The camera's pointed down at him and he's melted, or his body's been consumed by the corpses around him. I think they were corpses, I'm not too sure. You guys let me know down in the comment section down below what that was. What I find really fascinating is at the beginning of the film, he was always shooting up how powerful he was, that status that he had. And then finally at the very final shot, he's looking down at him, he's melted or he's being consumed by the corpses. Beautiful, beautiful imagery. It was fantastic. And there you have it. That was the Diablo 4 final battle cinematic. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel. And would you like to see some more? Well, over there, I've gone to put another reaction video for you. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.